Hey, Nomad. Last video was almost 2 weeks ago, I think, or maybe about 2 weeks ago. And I thought about taking it down because it's embarrassing. But I changed my mind because I realize how important it is to show the ugly side of me. The part that I don't like, that nobody really likes, because I have a disability. I have autism. Not only that, I also have bipolar 1. And I've been trying, said it before about autism. I tried to live in a fantasy where I didn't have autism. Well, guess what, guys? I have bipolar 2. And I was trying to live in a fantasy where I didn't have bipolar. I've been trying to do that for 27 years. Because there is a massive stigma around mental health. And bipolar 1 and autism combined, it's a toxic and deadly combination when it's going bad. For those of you that don't know what the word stigma means, it is an assumption or like stereotype that is just not true. So, for example, people my whole life have treated me like I'm stupid because I'm autistic, when really I'm probably the smartest guy in most rooms I walk into. Not bragging, I have a savant level IQ. I was born this way. I don't even like it that much all the time. Sometimes it's nice to be very smart, but I was raised in a trailer park, man. I can humble myself for anybody, and I'm always down to learn, even from somebody I think is so beneath me in intellect. I can learn something from them because they know about something I don't know about, clearly. They're not me. They had a different life. So I love connecting with people. I mean, seriously, it's no big deal. IQ does not make a man. It just can help sometimes. So, there's again, a stigma is just an assumption like, oh, autistic people are dumb. Or schizophrenic people are crazy. Or, oh, bipolar people, they just have too much energy. It's all stigmas. It's incorrect assumptions. So I want to, in this video, I've already talked about autism quite a bit, but I want to talk about bipolar because I'll talk a little bit about what went on in that video, and then I'll share about where I'm at right now. So this is Bayhaven. Sorry, Diversion is the old program that they had a long time ago that's similar to this. Basically a halfway house, because I just got out of the frickin' loony bin. Or the mental health hospital, I should say, the psych ward. I just say loony bin because it's fun, but it's not a loony bin. It's a place where people go during a crisis to get leveled out so that they can re-enter society and get treatment. And I think the more that people stop like being a jerk about the psych ward and judging people for going there, I think the more beneficial it would be and helpful for people. While I was in there were clients that hated it there the whole time they were there. And then there were clients like me that I was really pissed off the day I got there. They pumped me full of Ativan, calmed me down. The next day I was back to my normal self and being really kind to everyone, dude. And I made it up to all of those staff. Dude, they all loved me by the time I left because I was one of the best clients on the unit behavior-wise. And anytime I got mad, I kept it to myself. I didn't fucking take it out on other people or be a jerk. It happened maybe twice. I got kind of rude and snippy with another client, but it's, I'm human. I'm trying. I really do want to be like Jesus. It's a fucking long road. So, yeah. But so I want to talk a little bit about bipolar because I'm not going to go into tons of details about what happened. But I will say that the system failed me, and I'll touch on that a little bit as I talk. So, what bipolar is, for me personally, because it manifests itself differently for everyone, this is the important thing to note, so we aren't stigmatizing it. Just because I talk about my bipolar doesn't mean your friend or you with bipolar are the same way. Some of these things can happen to anyone with bipolar, though, including rapid cycling, which is something that happened to me that I'll get into. So what bipolar does is when you have a stimulus that is strong, like my mom having a stroke, and then 4 days later I won $13,000 at the casino, you start to become manic. Mania manifests itself for me. I have more energy, I am more confident, and I get braggadocious. So, for me, what I started doing is confronting people in my life that have done me wrong in the past, for sure, and misperceiving some other, like friends and stuff, things that they were doing as personal slights, and then crashing out at them. One example is that friend I made a video about, that I sounded all cool and confident. Yeah, he really didn't do that much wrong, although he was being a bit of a dick. Normally, I would never have confronted him like I did. However, I did that because I was in a manic episode and feeling like I was entitled to talk to people how I wanted to. And normally I don't feel that way. I try to be humble and connect with people. So I started doing all that, and then all of my family and friends started getting angry with me because I was being a jerk about the way I was approaching things. They all turned their back on me, most of them, because I was being so dickheaded. And then because of that, I had a strong impulse to fix those relationships. And the more you rush things like that, the worse that it's like blowing up TNT in the rift you've already made between each other. So I went from a tiny little crack in the road to the Grand Canyon between me and many of these people, including my best friend of 20 years. He wants nothing to do with me. I've tried messaging him 10 times to apologize during the manic episode. Maybe he would forgive me now. I don't know. But so that started happening, and my mania, again, got worse and worse. And once your mania has been active for like a week, I mean, dude, you start getting tense. Your body starts getting rigid. You're like a loaded spring just ready to pop. That's not good. That's not good, dude. Your body will start to get tired and you get burnt out. Same thing happens to many people with anxiety. Again, I like saying many people because not everyone deals with this shit. I do. Some other people do. If it applies, it applies. But these are questions you need to ask the people in your lives that you're trying to understand. You cannot understand them if they don't understand themselves. And the only way to get them to understand themselves is to ask these important questions. How are you feeling? How does your body feel? What are the thoughts on your mind? That kind of shit is important in these moments because nobody in my life except my mom pointed out that I was manic. And the way my mom did it was kind of like, you're manic. Da, 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 da. No, don't do that to a person with autism. Nobody likes listening to that. And a person with autism like me, I can't listen to that. I will tune it out and try to drown you out with my own voice. And that's wrong. It's something I'm working on. I am not perfect. I am a human being. So long story short, that started happening. And then I started going into something called rapid cycling. That's where you go and you flick, which you guys saw this in these videos, from wanting to kill yourself to thinking you're the best shit to ever bless this earth. You're awesome, you want to die. You're awesome, you want to die. You're awesome, you want to die. And the more that happened, the more tense my body got. The less I was making good decisions because I was getting burned out and exhausted. By the end, I didn't even think I could go in the store and buy a glass of water. Because if I did, I was going to fight someone. And I'm a pacifist. But I was worried one person was going to look at me wrong. I was going to start to crash out at them and yell at them. And then we were going to fight. And I was so terrified of that because I never want to get in another fist fight in my life that I called the cops on myself. The police brought me to a hospital, Aurora, here in Green Bay, and from there, they just left, and then Aurora kicked me out, and I almost jumped off the overpass next to the hospital. I was feet away from doing it. And then I made the decision to keep walking. Thank God. I don't know what pushed me to walk away from that ledge, dude, but I did. So then I started walking, and I started screaming at the top of my lungs, somebody call the cops, I'm fucking crazy, call the police, everybody keeps turning me away, call the cops. I'm telling my whole story to this random residential neighborhood. Some guy came out of his house and started hollering at me to shut up and all this stuff. So I made him my target of my anger and threatened to fight him. He walks back in his house. He did call the police, thankfully. Of course, they called the cops right at shift change. So the cops were taking fucking forever to show up for me. And I ended up catching 2 charges, disorderly conduct, and I punched that guy's quarter panel on his car, and I will accept any consequences for doing so. I am not absolved for my behavior, including the theft that I spoke about in the last video. None of that is okay just because I was manic. However, I wasn't making good decisions because I was manic. So just because I couldn't make good decisions doesn't absolve me, is what I'm trying to say. You know, if you guys incur consequences due to drugs or mental health problems, bro, you gotta face the music. I mean, that's how this country works. So I'm planning on paying that guy back. I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And I got no money. And my van needs $3,000 in repairs because the tie rods are going out and all the parts there. I mean, dude, I'm in a hole right now. But I see the light at the end of the tunnel, man, because I feel stable. Because I'm on medication for my bipolar. And that is such an important thing, you guys. My doctor told me at Winnebago, and I really listened to her because she knew her shit. Every time I go on and off of medication, which I've done my whole life because I've never wanted it until now, because now I know that this was not drug-induced. I mean, dude, this was not craziness. This is literally my bipolar. The drugs didn't help because I was smoking weed and doing psychedelics, but still, you know, those things aren't the problem. The manic episode was the problem that perpetuated the manic episode. And I know this is long-winded, but I think these distinctions are very important to make. If I don't make them, it's not good. Because I'm honest. I'm honest to a fucking fault. I will tell you the most embarrassing shit in my life because it's a part of me. It's made me the man I am today, and I like him. I think he's okay. Most of the time. So, yeah. So back to what I was saying, though. I'm very tired. I'm sorry, guys. It's like 2 a.m. But I really need to do this so I can go to bed. Because I keep thinking about doing this. So yeah, they sent me to Winnebago. I went there, really studied up. Also, I learned that when you have a manic episode, it can destroy the gray matter in your brain permanently. And I feel that effect because I've had many manic episodes throughout my life, medicated and unmedicated. My wires are getting shorter and shorter. I can feel it. I'm still just as smart, but it's like the connections are quicker. And my processing speed has gone way up, which is a boost. I mean, it's a benefit, but it's also a curse. Because that's what happened. Every professional place I went to, they were getting mad at me a little bit, raising their voice at me because I was yelling and screaming. I couldn't stop. And to ask a guy in a manic episode to just stop yelling, you might as well tell a guy in a wheelchair with no legs, hey, get up and walk to the door. And if anybody wants to argue that fucking point with me, Be my guest. I'll stand on that till the day I die. This is something I was born with. Would you tell a diabetic person, hey man, just manage your sugars? Oh yeah, just your sugars, just level them out. No. This is a chemical imbalance in my brain, and the sooner people come to accept that this is a way that people are born, and it comes from my family history. My dad is bipolar. My mom had clinical depression. These kind of things aren't ingrained in my fucking head. It's not a fucking mental disorder. It's a disease. So why do we treat it like it's just crazy people? And not everyone does that, but many, many, many people in society, just act like you're just crazy. No, dude, I have a chemical imbalance in my brain, and it can be rebalanced and healed with time and effort. And medication can help me manage it. But everything I do is either feeding my mania or curbing it. Like right now, I keep catching myself talking fast, so I'm slowing down a little bit, trying to relax. Because if I let myself start going down that track, it is like my mom's stroke was putting the first coals on the steam engine's fire. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Fucking, every little thing after that started adding more coals. Then by the time we're hitting that gorge and the big drop down, we are going so fast that train derails at the bottom. And you want to die. So, that wasn't good. This is what I'm saying. And now I'm in a halfway house. I have some stability. They want me to get on the program for the shelter here in Green Bay, which that's what I'm going to do because I'm homeless. I live in my van. And the van needs repairs now. Can't be driving it all over the fucking place. It's not major repairs, just the tie rods and the bar. But it is expensive. It's not cheap. So, what I'll probably do is go pick some tie rods and the bar and shit off a van at the pick and pull, and then hire a mobile mechanic to install it because I don't really feel comfortable doing that. I don't want a disabled van. So I will pay a professional to install the shit, but I should go just pull the parts off another vehicle, dude, instead of paying for brand new stuff. But yeah, that's what happened. It's close enough. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. But yeah, bipolar 1 is not something to be taken lightly. I'm sure I missed some information here, but I'm very tired. And I need to go to bed. But I really felt like this is more important than sleep right now. Because I'm not that tired anyway, because, tonight's the first night I've had my stuff in a week and a half. So, I just really hope this video turns out okay. I'm going to post it everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Sorry I scared you guys. I know that was such a stupid thing to post that last video, but you know what? I don't care. It's me. It's who I am. And he's only going to get better from here. So, I hope you guys are proud of me for seeking help. I'm proud of myself, and that's what really matters. So, thank you. Have a good night. Nomad signing off. I will be coming back to uploading, probably not every day right now, but we might. We'll see what happens, You guys will get updates from me, though, for sure, because I miss this, and I think that this shit is so important to just be myself on camera and be totally honest with you guys. I meant that even though I said it when I was fucking manic. I mean it, dude. I'm not lying to anyone here because lying is how stigmas happen. So, and sometimes it's lying to ourselves and pretending we don't have a disability when we actually do. So, yeah. Have a good night. Thank you.